I think we're live. Alrighty. Good day. Welcome to 360, the 360 show, but today it's 360 live. I just did a bit of thinking over the last couple of weeks, and I just feel that when a tournament is happening, it's probably better to do live shows, right? I'm sure you guys will agree with me, so I can talk about the current situation. Guys, welcome. I'm not going to record the show. It's live, as you know, and it makes sense to me. Let me know what you think. I think it makes sense, and I probably should have done the IPL in a similar manner. But anyway, nonetheless, here we are. Subscribe to the channel as per usual. Everyone, like the show. It's going to be an action-packed show. I can guarantee you that. At the bottom there, Batman, thank you very much. It's good to see that the broadcast channel people are also here. Thank you very much for joining us. Lots happening in that T20 World Cup. Oh, my goodness. It is so exciting. Lots of group of deaths out there. We all call that South African one to be the group of death. It's proven to be right. I didn't think it was as much a group of death as you guys did, but you guys were all right, so well done to that. But the problem is it's not the only one out there. There are a few others, and we'll be covering that pretty soon. Let me know how you all are doing and what you think of this T20 World Cup, that incredibly tricky pitch in New York at Nassau. Some of the others playing a lot better. I spoke to some friends yesterday about the wicket there in New York, and they've actually been enjoying it. A lot of people have been criticizing it. They've been enjoying it, saying that it's really cool to see how the batters must adapt to certain situations and also giving the bowlers something to bowl to. Guys defending 7-8 runs in that final over, stuff like that happening. It really makes it exciting for the viewers, apparently. I want to see a bit more runs being a batter, and that's also what my mates told me. It's like, you're just a batsman talking. And I'm like, 100 runs being defended, that's a little bit steep in my opinion. But anyway, how to score runs on these wickets, I will pull up that log in a minute. Let's take this one question a bit and change it up a bit. How to score runs in the New York wicket, they, in my opinion, go out of your crease. I haven't seen batters doing that, which is really boggled me. I don't understand it. The mode of dismissals have been caught in the covers. Lots of LBWs, bowls. Get out of your wickets. If the guy that doesn't bowl 150 k's an hour, you can afford to come out of your crease, cover the stumps, and force the bowler to bowl a bit wider. And not enough batters have done that. And then you have to play the ball late, guys. And I've spoken about this being the secret for batting for ages. Play the ball late. So come out of your crease, but counter that by really playing the ball under your eyes, but then sort of eliminating the bold and the LBW dismissals, which is key. I even did it to someone like a Bumrah sometimes. Yes, he hit me on the head a few times as well, but it irritated him knowing that he can't get me out to LBW and bold. So it's a great way of countering tough wickets, tricky wickets, which is a bit up and down, and taking a mode of dismissal out is always crucial. Anyway, that's my 5 cents. Let's see if some batters pick up on that and counter it by coming out of their crease and really playing the ball late and being prepared to adapt and taking a lot of singles, building the pressure until you feel comfortable taking a bowler or two down. Too many batters have been too aggressive too early in the innings. All right. Anyway, thanks for that question. Let's pull up the logs. Group A. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a huge game happening today, and that will be the USA and India. As we know, top of the loggers. Both have won 2 games already on 4 points each, which is a really good start for both. Lots of scenarios can still play out in this group. As we know, Pakistan have stumbled a little bit, but they still have an opportunity to come back and finding a way to finish top 2. The USA have an incredibly big opportunity today, obviously, which is unlikely for them to beat India. But then they still have another game in hand, which will be coming soon after this game against India. And that will probably be the make or break for them. Unless Pakistan win by a huge margin in the next game, I can see USA possibly qualifying. So it's all to play for in this group. It will obviously be a huge upset if Pakistan don't qualify. There will be a lot of upset people over there, a lot of Pakistan fans that'll be upset because they're obviously a powerhouse team with lots of talent, lots of potential to go all the way, but it looks a little bit iffy for them to qualify. So that is Group A, guys. India top of the log. Big game coming up today against the hosts. I think it's going to be incredibly interesting in New York. We know what that wicket is all about. I don't think USA will have enough to beat India, but you never know. Never say never in this game of cricket. We've sort of noticed that over the last while, right? All right, Group B then, people. Let's move on to the next one. Another tricky group: Australia, Scotland, Namibia, England, Oman. England finding themselves in a bit of a spot of bother with that rained-out game against Scotland, which might help them at the end, but they'll still have to play some really good cricket. I don't see England struggling against the Oman and also Namibia in the next two games, but they do have something to think about, and that's the net run rate, because the team that is bothering them at the moment also got 1 point in that rain-off match. All right, so it's probably going to come down to net run rate there with Scotland and England. A little bit of under pressure there. Australia basically through. They just got to clean up the scraps there and make sure they qualify for the Super 8s. And that's the theme for today, guys. It's a race to the Super 8. And who will the 8 teams be? There's certainly already been some upsets and some surprises, and I believe that is going to be the case. Australia already qualified. I see that Q in the corner there. Apologies for that. But still, they want to finish well, make sure they go to the Super 8s with some confidence. And as we know, Australia, a powerhouse team when it comes to World Cups. So they're already a big threat to go all the way. Alrighty, moving on to Group C then. That is Afghanistan, Windies at top, Uganda, Papua New Guinea, and New Zealand, bottom of the log. Very big surprise there. Yes, they have a lot of games in hand still, but those games will not be easy because it will be against some powerhouse teams as well. Having lost to Afghanistan already, they still have to play the host West Indies, which will be very, very tricky. Other than that, I don't see any surprises there. But at the end of the day, only 2 will qualify, as we know, and Afghanistan already on 4 points. So it'll be a big upset if either the Windies or New Zealand fall out. And as we know, Afghanistan have some relatively easy games in hand against Papua New Guinea. Supposed to be an easy game, but once again, you never know. But I do see Afghanistan qualifying there, guys. They've become a really powerhouse T20 team. I don't see them losing against Papua New Guinea. So that will mean that they would have qualified then, which means West Indies and New Zealand will have to pack up their kit. Either one of them, which will be a big upset. So, yeah, lots to play for there. Group D then, my South Africa on fire. 3 out of 3. Very happy with that. Only 1 game in hand for SA, and that's Nepal. I don't see any issues there. Mathematically, they haven't qualified yet, but I do believe they're basically through, keeping in mind Bangladesh and Netherlands need to play each other. So one will lose there, and I don't see any of the other teams, Nepal or Sri Lanka, making a run to get rid of South Africa at the top there. So my team really playing well. I actually don't know why they haven't qualified yet. It must be a mathematical thing, but an incredibly unlikely scenario for them not to qualify. And also keeping in mind they're playing Nepal in that final game. But huge game, the Netherlands against Bangladesh. Now the Netherlands have grown immensely over the last 5 to 10 years as a cricket team. Simply outstanding to see how good they've become over the years. Some of my South African friends in that team still. So it's great but it's just great to see them playing well. And that'll be a very big game against Bangladesh. It's all to play for. The guy that comes out on top there will most probably qualify. And then obviously net run rate and all of those things will come into play. So guys, that's the long and the short for this World Cup. It's been incredibly interesting. I love the fact that that New York wicket is so tricky. And then you get some good wickets in the Windies and in other parts of the US as well. I think it's in Texas. Is that other decent wicket? We've seen some relatively good scores over there. The Super 8, as we know, will be in the Windies. Really good wickets. And I think it'll make for some really good T20 cricket there in the Super 8s. But let's not touch the money yet. We're not there yet. So interesting times ahead. Let me know your thoughts, everyone. Your favorite teams. Your biggest upsets. Who do you think will be the biggest upset to qualify for the Super 8s? At the moment, it looks very likely to be the USA, Afghanistan. How good will it be to see those 2 teams in the Super 8s, those knockout stages of the tournament? I absolutely cannot wait. Alrighty, let's take some questions in, guys. Noor Sidhu, what do you think the USA or Pakistan, which team will qualify for the Super 8s? Very difficult to say. Obviously, Pakistan is a world-class team. They've proven that over a lengthy period of time. The USA still pretty new. A few years back, a lot of people didn't even know they had a cricket team, right? So great to see them in the mix. I don't want to lose any Pakistan fans, so I'm not going to make a call, but it would be good for cricket to see the USA there, right? Look, no one is safe in that group yet. So if the USA go on and beat India somehow today, it opens up a big can of worms. It's all to play for there. I would like to see the USA as hosts and also the West Indies as hosts still in the mix, considering the crowds that will come in, the USA adopting cricket as a sport. It will be great for those things, to get full stands. I mean, imagine the USA qualifying. It'll just be simply incredible. And then also the Windies. They've been through some rough patches in the last 5-7 years. It'll be great to see them in the Super 8s and watch the people of the West Indies come and support their team in all the grounds that they're playing out. And obviously the final in Barbados, in Bridgetown. I know how in love they are with cricket over there, and really it will be good for the sport if the Windies will end up qualifying. Right, some more questions, guys. Remember to post it in the descriptions box. Anything you want to know about the T20 World Cup and other topics if you want. I also have a nice surprise for you guys coming in the back end of the show, so do not leave. Stay here. There's a really cool video at the back end that I want to share with you guys. Later on today, it'll also be shared on social media, but I want to release it here first. First things for you guys, right? All the new stuff. Here's another question then. AB, thoughts on Anrich Nortje's brilliant start to the T20 World Cup? He came into the World Cup at the back of an ordinary IPL. He started all guns blazing, keeping GC out of the 11. Yes, spot on. Gerald could see that is for those of you who don't know. He's a world-class match winner. And yes, he had a iffy IPL, considering he was carrying a couple of niggles. And I spoke about it. For those of you who were here on this 360 show, I spoke about his niggles. It's never easy as a sportsman. Imagine as a business guy, whatever you do for a living, there's something niggling you, whether that is a late night sleep or you didn't get enough rest, but you have to be up at 8 and firing at your job. That's something that's sort of taking a bit of your confidence away. And same with a sportsman. If you have a little niggle in your hamstring or your back or your shoulder, wherever the case may be, it's sort of in the back of your mind while you're playing. And that always has an effect on your confidence as a player, your ability to believe in yourself. And once that becomes a problem, your form disappears. And then you start doubting yourself. Then it goes to the mind. All right. So that's what happened to Anrich Nortje. It didn't change his ability to win matches of cricket. And I always knew that as long as he can go to this World Cup fresh and ready, and with that injury being something of the past, a little bit of game time in the IPL was obviously great, even though he didn't bowl as well as usual. But when he got to the World Cup, I almost looked at him feeling like he hit a reset button. It was nice for him to be around his countrymen and the Proteas kit. And we saw that fire come out again and that self-belief. You can see that injury is something of the past now. And it's great to watch him firing. Obviously, when he's in full force, bowling at 145, 150 clicks an hour, there's not a lot of batters in the world that enjoy that kind of pace. So it's just great to see that. We'll pull up some more questions. I also have something else that I want to share with you guys. I might ask my team to bring it up right now. I'm queuing it. Let's hook it up, guys. This is a drawing of my eldest son. I couldn't believe it when I saw that. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I think it's pretty arty. I think it's cool. There it is. It's coming on now. Look at that. He's 8 years old. And one night, 8 p.m., he couldn't sleep. And he asked me, Dad, can I please go and sit at the table? I want to just draw some stuff. And that sort of gets him in the mood to sleep. It doesn't look like it, though. Look at this awesome drawing. It looks like it's some sort of a house. I love the fact that the lines are not straight. It's pretty arty, I think. Stars at the top, the moon there. And I've actually got the picture here. I'll send it. There we go. So that's proof that he actually did draw it. I'm going to frame this thing, guys. I don't know if it's good or not. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's simply outstanding. Maybe I'm a bit biased because it's my son, right? But maybe it's not going to be AB de Villiers, the cricketer, one day. There's AB de Villiers, the artist, coming up for you guys. Anyway, very proud of the young man. I think it's pretty cool. And let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the drawing. For some artists out there, maybe let me know if it's good or not. I don't know. Anyway, moving on, guys. I'll pull up a couple more questions, and then I'm going to end up playing a little video. Yes, you've guessed right. It is another 360 challenge, but I think it's the best of them yet. And it will be released later today. The full one, that is. I'm going to give the 360 family a bit of a taste of what's coming. All right, Nikhil, thank you very much for the question. Yeah, AB, what do you think of Aiden Markram? Needs to be fine-tuned a bit to hit his straps. Missed, be mental. I'm not sure what that means at the end. Anyway, look, he's there in full force. I believe he's a man for the big moments. The top three is struggling a bit, and it hasn't been easy in New York. Remember, guys, it's a very tricky wicket. No one has taken the bowlers apart there. I mean, the scores have been between 70 and 120. 120 seems to be a high score there, so no batter is really going to stand out. Maybe guys like David Miller, Anrich Nortje, who really controlled the innings well at the back end. But still, guys, David Miller batted under 100 strike rate the other night, or the other day, that is, sorry, which is incredible. You never see that. He doesn't even bat under 100 strike rate in ODIs, never mind T20 cricket. So it's not a batter's wicket that. It's more a wicket where you got to play with your mind and be quite clever and smart with little technical changes. And I spoke about it before. Come out of your wicket, eliminate a bold and LBW, and then give the bowler a bit of a headache of what now? Maybe the wicketkeeper must come up then. And then you are forcing them to change their strategies. And that's what you want in cricket and tricky wickets. You want guys to get off their game. The minute you feel threatened, you need to make a change. And I've spoken about it in depth. When a spinner is bowling incredibly well, you need to start by perhaps sweeping or reverse sweeping, pretending that you're going to come down the wicket and then rock back. Make him think, because when you allow good guys or good players, world-class bowlers, spinners to bowl at you and feel comfortable with their skill, most probably 9 out of 10 times are going to work you over, like a Bumrah and a Rashid Khan, Shane Warne back in the day. You could never allow him in a test match just to bowl to you and have his batters around, his fielders around the bat. You always needed to make a play to get him off his game. And that's how you change the momentum of cricket. So in New York, I would be coming out of my crease, get on off stump, show the bowler. He's not allowed to see the stumps. And that is intimidating and it's irritating for a bowler. Now, where he would have gone top of off, you can't even see the off stump anymore. He's got to change his technique, his game plan, his blueprint. And that's what you want to do, is upset the bowlers in that way without taking a risk. That is a predetermined game plan change without taking a risk. You're standing out of your crease. LBW bowled is gone. They are gone for the delivery coming up. And I mean, I just love that. And then 1 or 2 balls and then over, maybe going deep in your crease. Make him think. He's got to change his style the whole time. So yes, coming back to Aiden Markram and the top 3 of South Africa, also Quinton Cock, Riza Hendricks, none of them have had a flying start in this tournament. They will be back, mark my words, as are 3 quality players, but just a little bit smarter with little technical and tactical changes. I would encourage that if I was Markram, because there's nothing wrong with the ability of that guy. He's an incredible player. He took an incredible catch the other day against Bangladesh. Crucial catch, I must add. And Proteas are flying high, guys, so they're looking like a dangerous team in this tournament. There's a lot of quality players. They're very good balance in the team. Smart spinner in a Keshav Maharaj. I am feeling confident, quietly confident. All right, thanks for that, Nikhil. We'll take one more question, guys, and then I'm going to play you that video I've been talking about. And I want to thank all of you for joining on this show. Also to my broadcast followers, the broadcast channel followers over there on Instagram. Thank you very much. I will be sharing more private, personal content with you guys only. So thanks for that, and thanks for the follows. Who are my favorites to win this World Cup? Come on. Are you kidding me? South Africa. I always say that. I know it's boring, and I know I'm being biased, and I'm South African. That's what I am. I would be crazy not to back my team, right? I have to add Australia and India. There's absolutely no doubt that they will be there. Teams like England, New Zealand, Pakistan under immense pressure. If they do find a way to qualify, they will be a force to be reckoned with. West Indies, always dangerous. But yes, South Africa, my number 1 team. Second team's India, Australia. I think we'll see those 3 in the semi-finals, and then someone to come along with the ride. I hope the West Indies or someone like the USA. As host, it's always nice to see that host nation in the mix. So remember the World Cup final, that is the ODI, when it was hosted in India. It was great to have India in that final, even though they didn't even win. that hype of the nation was there, and the electricity and the atmosphere. And that's what you want with the World Cup. You want the host nation to be there at the back end of the tournament. Okay, guys, that's it for this week's 360 show. I know it was a live one. Let me know what you think of that. If I should do live sessions rather than recorded sessions during tournaments, I think it's a good move to stay up to date with what's happening. We know what game's coming today, and we can sort of talk about the current state of the World Cup. Thanks so much, Akshat Gupta, for that super follow. Adding value as always. Hey man, I'm a big fan of yours. It's nice to see you complimenting many players, but everyone knows that even if you play now, you will come on top. Retire too soon, guys. You know how often I've heard that, and with a bit of emotion and sort of a tear in my eye, I want to thank all of you. Honestly, I know I can still play. The mind is just not there anymore, guys. Life moves on for everyone, right? And there are different challenges in life that I'm prepared to take on now, and that I'm looking forward to. And I still love the game, but that desire to go out there and play is just not there anymore. I'm enjoying playing in the backyard with my boys as much as I used to playing for South Africa and for RCB and other teams as well. But that fire is not there anymore. It's just how it is. And my mates even asked me, one of them had me pretty close to actually sort of looking at the possibility of playing again. And that was with the SA20. There's a guy, I played golf at Pretoria Country Club, and he came over and he said, hey, it's just one game. You're not going to do any damage to anyone. Just whether you get a duck or 100, it doesn't matter. Just go and play. People want to see you. And he almost got me so fired up that I started thinking maybe it is worth it. Just go and commit for 3 to 5 games in the SA20. And that night when I went to bed, I just went like, are you absolutely out of your mind? Why are you lying to yourself? That fire is not there anymore. But anyway, I do get excited when guys like a Anrich Nortje and a Virat, a Baba, when they get going. I always feel like, it'd be nice to be out there. The other night when Miller and Klaasen were out there, I wanted to be in that situation, under pressure for South Africa, feeling the nation is behind me. I love those moments, but unfortunately, that is the only thing that I miss about cricket, is those little moments. Unfortunately, that is not all that comes along. That's not the only thing in the bus when you decide to play sport. There's traveling, there's time away from your family, there's pressure, there's sleepless nights, there are injuries, so many other things that play a role. And so that being out there and hitting sixes and playing under the pressures is just an hour or two in what's a very, very long and big journey. My journey is unfortunately done. But thank you so much, Akshat. I had a ball of a time out there. Unfortunately, it's done for now. Who knows? One day, maybe in one of those oldie leagues, I'll come as a grandpa and hit a couple of balls again. Maybe in the States. I know they have these legend leagues around the world, and maybe I'll make my debut in the United States of America. How cool would that be? Anyway, my career is done, unfortunately. Thank you very much for that. Very awesome drawing. Bala, thank you very much. I don't know what you know about art, but I also think it was pretty cool. The next Da Vinci 360, eh? Guys, thank you very much for joining me with this week's 360 show. I will be playing a little video now, so stay tuned. It will come up in 5 seconds or so. I hope you enjoyed it. I think it's very cool what the team did with it. Brett Lee and I had another challenge in the streets of Bombay. It was absolutely crazy, and we had so much fun. So without boring you and building it up so much, here it is. I hope you enjoy it. Let's go make some waves here in the streets of Mumbai.
This is going to be absolute carnage. This is going to be chaotic at its best, but that's what I love about Mumbai.
Yeah.
When you hang around this guy, it's chaos.
It's the 360 challenge. I'm taking on Brett Lee again because last time he smoked me.
Oh, God, he goes!
I got excited.
Oh, he's gone. Yes! Come on!
Well played. Oh, there's the celebration as well. So I had to promote the Sydney Beer Co for that, but today I'm coming in hot. I'm here for revenge. So let's see what happens out there in the streets of Bombay.
Aramse bhaiya.
So there's a nice video on YouTube where we're playing at the Wacker at Perth, where he literally almost took my head off. I thought I played it pretty well considering the conditions and the situation. The beauty of this thing is that I used to play against this guy. We used to be arch rivals. And here we are wandering the streets of Mumbai in a different continent, different country. It's pretty special, you know. Call him a friend.
You gotta get AB's hat off so that people will see him. Been working really hard on my fitness. Hopefully my bowling will just be that natural muscle memory. Hey, Aramse.
We're both bowling 6 balls at that cone. The guy who hits it the most will win this challenge. 6 balls each, winner takes it all. Alrighty, there you have it. So much fun. Stay tuned for more 360 challenges in the near future. We recorded quite a few. Very nasty bouncer. Hikaru, I was only 21, 22 years old. I was a youngster, scared, but very brave. It was my first tour to Australia. It was pretty intimidating, but absolutely incredible to have played against Bing over the years. He was always a gentleman on and off the field. I remember getting my first 100 in Perth, and he was the first to congratulate me. Always, since I've never spoken a word to this guy, and I already knew we're going to be friends one day. So it's absolutely great to be working together in the Geo Cinema studios. They're over there in India during IPLs, and Ball Destroyer versus Stumps Destroyer. Yeah. So we had this challenge. I'm not going to tell you one. It was absolute carnage, as being rightly predicted. There were a lot of people that gathered around that cone, and we just picked some random street in the streets of Bombay. Some of my crew members got into trouble with the police. It was absolute carnage. We're not going to make that part of the video. Maybe we get sued or something, but the video will be released later, so keep an eye out on my social media platforms, guys. That's all for today. Witnessing this live was one of the best things. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining me. Remember to subscribe to this channel, and to all your broadcast followers over there on Instagram. Thank you, the broadcast channel that is. Thank you very much for your support. Sending love to you too. Stay tuned. Follow me on all the platforms, and the 360 show will be coming to you pretty soon again. Thank you very much for joining me. They're all my social media handles. And yeah, guys, thanks for partaking in another 360 show. Stay tuned to the T20 World Cup. Very exciting stuff happening. Some surprises, some upsets. It's phenomenal. We love cricket, don't we? Take care, all of you. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you all soon. Just a quick one this weekend. I will be away to a place called Leopard Creek with my brother that's visiting me from the Western Cape province. He lives in Paarl, so I don't see him often anymore. There are 2 of them, but just the one coming over to visit me. Will be going to Leopard Creek. It's one of the most beautiful places in South Africa. The whole family will be going over there. I can't wait. So the 360 Live this coming Saturday will be difficult. Maybe I'll hop on, maybe not. If I don't, I will have some very entertaining content for you guys that I've been working on. All right, take care, all of you. Keep your eye on the T20 World Cup. It's fire. Take care. Bye now.